Have you ever looked at someone and just kind of known what they were about? Not just if they were having a bad day, but their true underlying nature? Well, buckle up. Welcome to this explainer where we're going to dive into the fascinating 3,000-year-old Taoist art of Mien Shiang, better known as face reading. We're about to look in the mirror in a completely new way.
Author Patricia McCarthy hits the nail on the head here. Her core premise is that Mien Shiang isn't some cheap parlor trick. It's actually a holistic diagnostic science that seamlessly connects the mind, the body, and the spirit. It means the shape of your nose or the exact curve of your hairline isn't just random genetics. It's a profound, readable map of your inner world.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the art of face reading, move into the 5 element types, reading left versus right, face shapes and features, and finally, face reading for interviews.
All right, Section 1, the art of face reading. Let's establish exactly what Mien Shiang is and where it actually comes from.
So, thousands of years ago, Taoist monks actually used this as a crucial diagnostic tool for traditional Chinese medicine. The whole practice revolves around the principle of qi, which is your vital life energy. The big takeaway here is that your internal energy, your physical health, and your emotional state are constantly being physically reflected right on your face. You just have to know how to decode the signs.
Moving on to Section 2, the 5 element types. According to Taoist philosophy, everything in the universe is made up of wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. And guess what? That includes you.
Okay, before we even peek in a mirror, I want you to picture this. You're sitting in a doctor's waiting room, and they are running incredibly late. Be honest, how do you naturally react? Do you boil over with anger? Do you start cracking jokes with the receptionist? Or do you just sit there and worry endlessly about the rest of your schedule?
Believe it or not, that knee-jerk reaction is your biggest first clue in identifying your core constitutional element. Check this out. If you immediately jump to anger when stressed, you likely have a strong wood constitution. Deflecting with humor, you're tapping into fire. If you're a natural-born warrior, that's earth. Grief aligns with metal, and fear aligns with water. We all have a mix of these, sure, but identifying your dominant stress emotion gives you a massive head start in understanding who you really are.
Let's get into Section 3, reading left versus right. We're going to zoom in on the actual blueprint of the face, starting with this mind-bending Taoist concept, the physical split of yin and yang. The ancient Taoists looked at our physical form through a wild lens. Imagine drawing a line straight down the middle of your face. The right side is your yang energy. That's your outer, public self, which you broadcast to the world, and it's heavily influenced by your mother. Meanwhile, the left side is your yin. This holds your inner, private reality, the true thoughts you keep absolutely hidden, and that's heavily influenced by your father. Because of this split, if you really study someone's face, you'll start to notice subtle physical differences from left to right. Maybe one eye is wider or one side of the jaw is sharper. Now, the author makes a pretty funny observation here. Highly dramatic people, the ones who loudly work out all their private issues in public, they often blur these lines completely. They are literally wearing their inner life right there on their outer, right-sided face for everyone to see.
All right, Section 4, face shapes and features. Let's decode how these elements actually show up as physical traits.
The overall size and shape of a face gives us a fantastic macro view of someone's personality. See a rectangular face with a strong forehead and jaw? That screams wood element, a passionate, hardworking leader who might be a little aggressive. A wider forehead tapering down to a pointed chin forms a triangle, which indicates an ambitious, realistic metal element. And a diamond face, where the cheekbones are wider than the forehead and jaw, that's a mix of metal and fire. Super confident, charming, but definitely unpredictable.
Let's look at some specific features to narrow down the details. Take the eyes. Wide open eyes signify a highly receptive nature. This person is like a sponge, absorbing everything and experiencing really big outward emotions. On the flip side, narrower eyes suggest someone who is incredibly perceptive, watchful, and deeply analytical. They're guarding their energy while they study you.
Mien Shiang actually teaches us that our eyes pull double duty. They reveal the state of our spirit and our emotions through the fire element. That's literally the sparkle or the dullness you see in someone's gaze. But at the same time, the physical function and the cognitive intelligence behind those eyes are governed by the wood element. So when you look into someone's eyes, you are simultaneously reading their heart and their mind. It's just brilliant.
Let's bring it all together in Section 5, face reading for interviews. Knowing the ancient science is great, but applying it to real life is where the magic happens.
So here is a simple 3-step framework you can use to read a potential boss or a future employee during a high-stakes interview. We are going to look at the hairline, the brow bones, and the eyebrows.
Let's talk hairlines. If you're looking for a fair, gracious employer who is highly motivated by financial success, you want to look for a beautifully curved hairline. But let's reverse it. If you're the boss and you desperately need to hire a fiercely loyal, reliable team player who will follow the rules and not try to steal your job, seek out a candidate with a square hairline. For sure, they value stability way more than climbing the corporate ladder.
Next up, communication. The author shares this amazing anecdote about her own teaching assistant who had this exact feature, prominent brow bones with a noticeable dip right in the middle. She learned super quickly that this guy would cheerfully do absolutely any task she needed, but only if he was politely asked. The second he felt he was being ordered around, the resistance was immediate. Spotting a feature like this can literally save you immense managerial headaches.
And finally, eyebrows. We shouldn't jump to conclusions based on conventional wisdom here. Often, sparse or thin eyebrows get associated with shy or timid people, but the author notes a mind-blowing exception. She spotted this exact same feature on multiple brilliant scientists working in the labs over at Caltech. So these eyebrows can actually indicate extreme intelligence and high achievement. It's a great reminder to look closely and consider the whole picture.
We've covered incredible ground today, moving all the way from ancient monks to modern boardrooms. As we wrap up this explainer, I really encourage you to go find a mirror. Look closely at your hairline, your eyes, those subtle differences between your left and right side. Knowing the secrets of Mien Shiang, ask yourself this final question. What story is your own face broadcasting to everyone you meet? Are you showing them fire, wood, or something entirely unique? Keep observing, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next explainer.